Ah, those were the good old days back on Cybertron. God damn it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I tried it. I can't do it. Hey everyone, Brobuscus here, and welcome back to another Let's Watch a Death Battle. Today's episode, we got one that's giving me a very upset stomach. It's Frieza from Dragon Ball versus Megatron from Transformers. Now, as always, there should be a link in the description below. You can go watch the actual episode yourself. Go support the official release before watching some random guy on YouTube react to it, okay? Got it? Cool. My heart is racing. I don't know if you, in case you weren't aware. If it wasn't obvious, kind of a big Transformers fan. I'm just going to get this out of the way right now because the premiere is starting in like 5 minutes. So, okay. Run through it real quick. Run through my experience with both characters real quick. I was a really big fan of Dragon Ball for a while, but I just kind of fell off. Recently, nowadays, I've just kind of been watching the movies as they come out, and then after that, I just don't care anymore. But even back when I was a Dragon Ball fan, was never really a big fan of Frieza, and I don't really know why. It was just never really a character that clicked with me. But like, he's got some cool moments here and there, but I just, as a character, I just couldn't really care much about him. Again, couldn't tell you why, but here we are. As for Megatron, again, kind of a big Transformers fan. I don't know, like, how many figures... I never actually thought to check. How many figures do I have that have, that share the name Megatron? Let's see, I got one down there. I got two on this, on the third shelf here. I got one up there, and two up there. So 2, 3, 5, 6. I have 6 figures, all that share the name Megatron. Granted, one of them is an entirely different character entirely, but we're not going to get into that. And on top of that, I got another one on the way. I recently bought the MP36 Masterpiece Megatron, and it shall be here in about 20 days. eBay shipping is fun that way, especially from China. So yeah, should be kind of obvious who I'm rooting for, right? I'm not even gonna like get into that. Like, and Megatron's not my favorite Transformer ever, but I still do really like him. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Do you see this? It should tell you who I'm rooting for right off the bat. I do have a few Dragon Ball figures, but I'm working to sell them. So yeah, I'm rooting for Megatron. Shocker, I know. But that begs the question: do I think he's going to win? Well, that's the question. So, I do know this is G1 Megatron. I do know this is like a semi-composite G1 Megatron. I'm not sure what exactly they're including all the way. But I do know that Galvatron 2 in the Marvel comics was able to was basically like he basically universe hopped over to the Japanese G1 continuity, which is where a lot of the big feats that are going to help Megatron a lot come from. Or at least power-wise. Speed-wise, straight up, if they don't use infinite ends for both, Megatron is running circles around Frieza, and I know that sounds hard to believe. Go watch both my podcast and Lads Discuss Death Battle. I was a guest on there, and I dropped some speed feats for Megatron there. There's also a character named Sideburn who's literally stated to have infinite speed. So I don't like, if Frieza's going to win this fight, it's not going to be because he's faster. I'm just going to say that right now. At least I don't think he should be faster. So really what it comes down to is okay, I'm gonna get straight to the point because I don't really have a lot of time. I'm going for Megatron. Right there, somewhere around there anyway. Yeah, I'm predicting Megatron to win this fight, and the reason why is because in the Japanese and G1 mangas, Megatron in a golden state was able to merge multiverses together, and Transformers cosmology is way bigger than Dragon Ball's. He's faster, or at least he should be faster. He has antimatter, which will turn Frieza into basically energy. I know Frieza has resisted Hakai before, but that's existence erasure, not like transmutation or matter manipulation. So I don't think Frieza should be able to resist antimatter. And even if it and I know Frieza can put up barriers and whatnot, but if he's not fast enough to put up those barriers, then it doesn't matter. B, I feel like the antimatter might just counteract the it might defend Frieza, but then the barriers are gone. And yeah, Frieza could put up more, but I'm pretty sure he follows the same rules most other people in Dragon Ball do, and that they have a limited supply of ki. So yeah. So I think Megatron should win this fight, but the nervousness in my stomach is my heart is racing. This is the most I've wanted a character to win since at least Excalibur versus Raiden. So that means that yes, I want Megatron to win more than I wanted Silver to win. And if you remember how badly I wanted Silver to win, if you watched my Trunks versus Silver reaction video, you know how much that's saying. So yeah. I am nervous. I am very, very, very nervous. So let's just stop talking. We'll wait for the premiere to start, and then we'll jump right in.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by NordVPN and BetterHelp. Frieza, the Dread Emperor from Dragon Ball.
And Megatron, the Decepticon commander from Transformers.
When these two dictators collide, the cosmos will tremble.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a death battle. That should help sync up a little bit more.
Deep in the bowels of outer space lies a monster so cruel, so callous, so evil, that the universe itself trembles at his approach. Behold, the mighty Lord Frieza.
Oh, he's adorable with the horns and that floppy tail and
the murder
on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. And he's laughing. Cool.
Frieza's diminutive stature and faux gentility were intentionally deceptive and rooted in a surprising place. In response to the Japanese economic bubble at the time, Frieza's design was meant to evoke real estate speculators. Series mangaka Akira Toriyama has described such speculators as the worst sort of people. Yes, really.
I guess you could say Frieza is more than meets the eye. Oh, wait, shit, that's later.
Much is unknown about Frieza's alien race and heritage, only that he and his father were born as mutants with abnormally high power
refrigerator.
Like how the doc said, my blood alcohol level was 0.8 straight out the womb. Frieza was so crazy strong that unlike most Dragon Ball characters who transform to get stronger, Frieza transforms to get weaker. So he doesn't, accidentally nuke a planet. Only intentionally.
With his father's
Why would he care about
army
accidentally
at his beck and
nuking a
call,
planet?
Frieza would cross the universe, conquering worlds one
Doesn't really
by
seem like he
one,
gives much of a
and
crap
selling
about
them
anything
to the
other than
highest
himself.
bidder, just like real estate speculators.
And if anyone objected, he'd just kill them, their entire family, and everyone they ever knew. Just like real estate speculators. While he usually lets his weird, multicolored alien grunts do his dirty work for him, Frieza's not
Some of
afraid
them
to
are
throw down
Saiyans, which is
himself,
weird.
especially if some spiky-haired space monkeys start getting too uppity for their own good.
Frieza's strength comes from his innate understanding and manipulation of his own ki, or life energy, which he can use to enhance his physicality or manifest into projectile attacks.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Bowl, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death Saucers. Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
Frieza can move mountains with his mind,
Yeah,
fire
there's-
laser beams from his eyes,
there's Black
create ki
Frieza.
force fields, and he even learned to sense the ki of others through sheer observation alone. He's fast enough to keep up with Goku's ki attacks, which, scaled to the ki he absorbed for his spirit bomb against Kid Buu, could move across the universe in less than a minute. That would be over 17 quadrillion times the speed of light, and he's gotten even stronger and faster since then.
You know
Yeah.
you're a badass when you can stroll into Planet Vegeta, a planet filled with people whose only higher aspirations involve murder and hair gel, and talk shit like you own the place. And he got so paranoid about one of them getting strong enough to kick his ass that he blew up the friggin' planet.
Considering Planet Vegeta has 10 times the gravity of Earth, this would mean it likely has 10 times the mass and 100 times the energy required to overcome its gravitational binding energy and destroy it. That's over 5.3 yotatons of TNT.
And that was in his weakest form. Too bad he kinda missed a spot. Or several, because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day.
Yeah.
Space genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the Earthbound Saiyan Kakarot, and accidentally ended up being the reason he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Like the albino
Whoops.
dildo he is, Frieza has survived being pounded by Broly for over an hour straight, crushed by Goku's Spirit Bomb, and then split in half, consumed by an exploding planet, and left afloat in the vacuum of space.
He can survive without the vast majority of his body, though unlike other Dragon Ball villains, he can't heal on his own.
It
True.
didn't help him that much after he got his ass sent to hell, but because of that dragon in his balls, he was back at it again.
And with just 4
Anyways.
months worth of training, the first time he'd ever trained in his entire life, Frieza was able to achieve a new transformation capable of surpassing the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
That's a level of laziness I aspire to, Wiz. DeviantArt Frieza here lets him keep up with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta.
A significantly weaker Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up
And
the
there
whole
it
of
is.
Universe 7 in a punch clash with the God of Destruction, Beerus. And the shockwaves of their punches were able to reach the edges of existence in only a few seconds. Over 270 quadrillion times the speed of light. And that is before so many years of power-ups and training between then and now.
Totally crazy, but nothing compared to his newest and greatest form.
A transformation capable of surpassing Goku's Ultra Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra Ego, their peaks at this point. A transformation even stronger than Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe.
He literally said F you to the Dragon Balls. This is Black Frieza.
The all-seeing Oracle Fish had prophesied the coming of the universe's
Why is he carrying a
strongest,
fishbowl?
And perhaps he was talking about Frieza all along.
Come on, give us another prediction. Oh, Wiz, I think you're gonna die. No, for some godforsaken reason, he didn't use his newfound power to kill those pesky Saiyans. They were right there, you moron.
In fact, he once committed the archvillain's greatest sin and teamed up with them to save their universe and beat Jiren, a being comparable to
Yeah.
the gods of destruction.
Because no one's allowed to destroy the universe but him.
And that's a promise he means to keep. This almighty emperor will continue to rule the universe with an iron grip and a heart of ice. You either die
All right.
a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Or you live even longer and become an 80s toy commercial. This is Megatron.
In Cybertron's ancient past, the planet was ruled by the Functionist religious order, which decreed a Transformer's natural-born alternate mode determined their role and status in society, rather than letting them choose for
Both
themselves.
likes and hates
Born
Optimus
into this
Prime.
repressive
True.
caste system, Megatron of Tarn dreamed of something more.
So this giant Hasbro toy robot, only $5.99 at your nearest Rite Aid, wrote a manifesto on peaceful dissent that
$5.99.
got
Yeah,
popular
sure.
with the oppressed
Sure, Boomstick.
Cybertronian working class. So much so, in fact, that the Senate tried to have him assassinated. Whoa, politics alert!
After surviving that brush with death, Megatron was convinced that peace could never be an option. The only path left to overthrow the crippling social order was violent revolution.
So were the Autobots originally the bad guys here? Optimus Prime? More like Optimus Crime. Never say that Megatron
Anyways.
wasn't committed. The civil war he started between the two groups lasted 9 million fucking years. And again, remember, toy robots.
He was aided
Yeah.
in his war efforts by his immensely powerful fusion cannon, a giant laser bazooka that can hit targets from 12 miles away and level a small town in a single shot. These projectiles are so fast, they're able to exit the atmosphere from ground level after only a single second. By scaling the distance of the Earth using the angle of this shot,
Okay, I was
the
about
fusion
to say,
cannon's
like, where's the
projectile
antimatter?
must be
There it
moving
is.
over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
But, like me, the fusion cannon needs a little time to recharge between shots. So Megatron's got some tools to keep the job going. He can close the distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon shield. It helps that Meg's literally fought as a gladiator before his stunt as a revolutionary.
Megatron
True.
can fire lasers from his eyes and arms, launch buzzsaws strong enough to slice through solid rock, fly through the air, and open up a force field known as a panic bubble.
Now, it might seem like a huge flaw that it lets enemy combatants inside, but that's only until you realize it won't let them back out again. That's when the panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with him.
Megatron's Cybertronian body is strong enough to match the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, who can toss around oil tankers weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. And Megatron's metallic hide was tough enough to survive an explosion so
And, you know,
massive
punch through
it launched
six shot,
the
but okay.
entire planet of Cybertron through space.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass and how fast it was sent flying to get its overall kinetic energy, Megatron must have survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5 ninatons of TNT, enough to annihilate a small star. He can even keep up with Decepticons like Starscream, who can fly across the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light.
And he wouldn't be a Transformer without being able to transform into various vehicles. A tank, a
Gas.
stealth bomber jet,
And a gun! Just a gun. Walter B-38, in fact. I'm sorry, Wiz. I know he's this tragic revolutionary corrupted by the cycle of violence or whatever, but that is the funniest shit I have ever seen. What does he have, like his Deceptive buddies point him at people and fire?
sometimes he can fire himself too.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. That looks even sillier.
You may be laughing, but Megatron is no joke. By
Why
utilizing
did they use the
space
cutscene
bridge
to the
teleportation
from the
technology,
Armada game?
Megatron can establish a remote link up to a nearby black hole and teleport the antimatter it produces to his location.
Through his eyeballs.
Should matter and antimatter meet, they will be mutually annihilated in a brilliant release of energy defined by E equals MC squared. It doesn't matter how durable the matter is, it will be destroyed at the subatomic level.
As Megatron's war for control of Cybertron dragged on, all of his highfalutin ideals started to fall to the wayside.
In essence, there used to be a point to the war. Now, war was the point. His only goal left was to rule Cybertron with a literal iron fist.
That's where Megatron's greatest weapon came into play, his mind. The dude is a strategic and tactical genius who's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's fought powerful Transformers like Grimlock, Predaking, and the Decepticon, a being with the power of an entire evil universe behind it.
He and Optimus have even fought Nova Prime and Regenesis Shockwave, both of whom could utilize the energy of that same universe.
Megatron once sealed himself inside an Omniglobe and commanded 1,000 real-life battles
It's true.
at once, funneling every iota of relevant information into his brain at the same time. The sheer deluge of data would be incomprehensible for anyone without that supercomputer brain.
But all that robot ass-kicking ended up as a draw, and the only true loser was Cybertron.
With the planet
Yeah.
in ruins and its civilization extinguished, the Cybertronian Golden Age was long over. And the vanguard of its destruction was Megatron.
Who's now a crusty Saturday morning cartoon villain with a voice that sounds like he smokes 40 packs a day and a hate boner for his boneheaded second in command, Starscream.
After countless millennia of a humiliating stalemate with his
Again
Boy
with that
Scout
game.
rival,
It's a good game,
Megatron's
but-
brilliant mind finally turned inward. He remembered that his early writings advocated for peaceful conversion and free thought instead of domination.
It took you 9 million years to remember why you started fighting in the first place? Would that memory get lost in the cloud?
In what was possibly his most surprising tactical move yet, Megatron saved the universe from annihilation as an Autobot.
It's
What?
true.
He realized that after millions of years of indefinite war, the ideals that he fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this supervillain than met the eye, because true to his nature, Megatron transformed.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
And pause. It's gonna feel weird pausing on a premiere, but whatever. Well, there goes any hope I had. Yeah, I think Frieza's gonna win. Oh, that sucks. So they mentioned a lot of Universal stuff for Megatron, like Nova Prime and Shockwave. So that's all well and good, but scaling Frieza to Goku's clash with Beerus is just like that's better. That's above that. Unless I want to say that I'm missing something. The antimatter is still really good, but I'm gonna have a lot of questions for when this is over, because I didn't see any mention of like Lightspeed having like his feat from Earth Wars. I didn't see any mention of Mainframe, his feat from like one of his bios. Sideburn having infinite speed. None of those are Japanese G1, and they weren't included, and they weren't thrown in. I'm curious as to why. There was absolutely nothing about Megatron in his golden state. Yeah, no. Nothing I saw was any of the stuff I like argued for during the waiting period, so I think I'm just gonna have to take the L. I'm gonna have to go with Frieza. I really want Megatron to win, but I'm at the point now where I just don't see it. Well, whatever. You know, as long as the episode is really good, then at the end of the day, that's really what we're here for, right? Let's do this. All right, let's see what you got. I did see the preview. I'm really interested in how this is going to go.
Noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever, I, Lord Frieza, claim this world as my own. Cheer for me or face annihilation.
I have fought for my planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your filthy hands, organic scum.
The voices are really good.
I love it when they monologue back.
And this music is really good too. I did listen to it on the phone. It's really good. Megatron, if you can surprise me, I would have a field day with that.
I'll have to construct a new mothership.
And
from
preview
your
ends
corpse.
here.
What's wrong? Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
My wits can more than suffice, you blithering ponce.
Nice. Did he shoot his mace? That's awesome. That's an awesome combination. I think this is where Golden Megatron comes, or Golden Frieza. Nope. Okay, never mind. Megatron, you're not exactly doing a great... Yeah. Damn.
Where did he go? Huh?
Oh, nice. Damn. Okay, there's Golden Frieza. Oh, it's animated just like in Super. Alright, Devil, I see you. Come on, Megatron. What is your plan here? Wow, Frieza's using Cybertron.
Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
My planet!
Oh, here's the antimatter.
Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me! What a fool.
You despicable, cretinous worm!
Oh man, Black Frieza came out so
Your
fast.
screams to be heard in the vacuum of space!
Die a fool's death.
There's no way. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Yeah, okay.
You will die by my hand!
You fool!
No.
Cybertronians must kill them all.
Wrong again, Frieza. It was actually 1 minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Megatron's ruthless resilience may have netted him a win in some scenarios, but Frieza's overwhelming power gave him a clear edge.
Megatron's ace in the hole was his antimatter, which would have annihilated Frieza's ass no matter how tough it was.
And that was a real possibility. Megatron is a master tactician and manipulator with millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When things don't go his way, he has a tendency to freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept going.
Which meant the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react, and Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times faster.
And on his smaller size and key force fields, Frieza had more than enough ways to avoid, defend, or survive the antimatter.
So Megatron's only option was power. While Megatron has survived planet-busting explosions and even fought with a being that had the energy of a universe behind it, Golden Frieza was just too much for him, considering he certainly surpassed Goku and Beerus' Punch Clash. Since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super forms would far exceed Megatron's own power.
And that feat happened at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep up.
Megatron was a devious foe, but Frieza's power, speed, and sheer survivability allowed him to crush the Decepticon leader underfoot.
I guess you could say Megatron was cool, but Frieza was cooler.
The winner is Frieza.
Thanks for watching, and hey, are you a Death Battle member?
I
We've got a
am
ballot
the
going on
sad.
right now where members get to choose a matchup for the
Alright,
next
what's
season.
next?
So click that join button and jump into our Champions Discord.
Oh, wow. Gojo Makima? Alright. Wow, now I have an excuse to watch both Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. Alright. I don't have much against that match. I've heard it's pretty cool, so yeah, I'm okay with that. I keep. It feels like the winner for that keeps going back and forth. I've heard Gojo last time I checked, but I don't know. Well, I guess I just have to watch both of those shows to find out. I doubt the anime is going to give me much to work with, but still, cool fight. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I wish I had more to say on that, because it was a well-fought battle, Megatron. Before I go further, I want to say I do think this is a really good episode. Both the analyses were fun to watch. The fight was really good. Devil popped off on this one. I think I'm just gonna need some time to cope with the loss. Honestly, this was a devastating one. But you know, you win some, you lose some, I guess. I don't know. I just wish that, like, I feel like this happens a lot. If a fight gets announced that has a character in it that I really, really, really like, there's a chance for them to win, and I get my hopes up based on specific arguments. And when those arguments are either countered or just not brought up entirely, and then the character I like loses, I don't know. I really thought Megatron had this one, but you know, whatever. Again, like I said, it's a really good fight. Both voice actors do amazing, by the way. I don't think I commented on them earlier, but both Little Karibo and Tom Shock do really good in their respective characters. I'll have to go back and listen to some of their dialogue because I know I was talking over quite a bit of it. The music's really good. Like I said, the effects looked so good. Like there was a lot of really cool effects in this episode. And I'm pretty sure it was said that Devil did like most of them, which is really interesting. I do really have to wonder who did the antimatter because it looks like really good. It looks spot on, basically. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I don't really have much more to say on the matter. I'm bummed out, but hey, what can you do? Remember when I said that this is the most I've wanted a character to win since at least Excalibur versus Raiden? Well, I think this is the most hurt I've felt since Excalibur versus Raiden, so, that tracks. As soon as I saw Frieza had survived the antimatter, I was like, okay, well, there's no way Megatron's winning now. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for me. So with that said, I'm gonna wrap up. That's all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.